pay-per-lead may go away. With the new FCC rules that are going to be starting in 2025, pay-per-leads now need to do a one-to-one consent. What is going on, everyone? I'm going to explain to you whether pay-per-lead makes sense for you as a wholesaler, real estate investor, and why should you do it or not do it, and explain to you overall the entire concept of getting the right marketing channel through a pay-per-lead company or whatever channel you choose. My name is Esteban, and I've been in the business for over 5 years, generating hundreds of thousands of motivated sellers every single year for real estate investors and wholesalers, because we have actually been in the business of marketing as an agency. Our company's called Hustle Media, and we have made them over $30 million in the last 4 years of assignment fees, flips, you name it, we tracked it, we know that we get results, and I'm gonna explain to you the entire concept of paid advertising so that you can fully understand and make a better decision. So let's start, first of all, understanding, well, pay-per-lead, what is it? You pay per unit and you pay per lead. And usually these companies have either a marketplace or they have some sort of software where they can bid on a lead at a specific cost. So you got many different vendors and they can sell that lead however they want, at what cost they want. It doesn't matter as long as they're making money, and you could get one lead, refund that lead. And if that lead qualifies for a refund, depending on the company that you get, you're gonna be able to at least get one credit so you can get a secondary lead. So first of all, let's understand these PPL companies, who do they target, what kind of sellers they actually target. There's actually 5 types of sellers that these people would target. The first one is gonna be an unaware customer or potential customer. And this is where most of cold callers actually are calling to list of unaware people. And they're finding the most aware people that they actually have an issue. But the problem is that when they're cold calling, they're triggering someone because they don't expect the call on selling the house, right? So they're unaware that they ultimately just have a problem, or they're unaware that there is some sort of solution out there, and they're just being cold call until you get those people, right? That's the first one, unaware. The second one, it's gonna be aware or problem aware. So this is the entire spectrum of awareness. And the second one talks about how you have people or potential customers that they know they have a problem. So they're not just sitting down wondering if there's a problem or not. They know they have a problem. They just haven't probably done something about it. And they may start doing something about it, such as doing a search online or just, inquiring about certain things with different Facebook groups, or, talking with their realtors, whatever. But they have a awareness that there's a problem, such as selling their house. The third one would be solution aware. This one knows there's a problem and potentially that there's some sort of solution, right? And they are potentially wandering around in the internet, maybe finding a solution. They just don't know who, they don't know how, and they're just wandering in the internet. And this is what a lot of pay-per-lead companies actually get. And our company gets from number 2 all the way to number 5. I'm going to cover 4 and 5 after this. But that's what we actually try to get. We don't try to get number 1 because those are very cold leads. We try to get from 2 to 5. The higher, the better awareness on their motivation stage. The fourth one is going to be service or product aware, right? Service and product aware. They know that there is a service and a product that can solve their problems and that can give them some sort of solution. So they probably found a few companies online. They went to their website. They actually have been taking action. There's some sort of commitment. There is micro commitments on every single form or survey or quiz or whatever they go to. They may be being taking some calls and so on. So there is a service product awareness that they actually are looking for something. The fifth one, it's going to be fully aware, right? Is someone that knows that they need to solve this problem right now. The problem is that only about 1 to 3% of people are this. And the rest, it completes not even the 100%. It's just part of the spectrum of potential clients that you could have. You may get someone like this here, and you may not close that person right away, or you may close that person right away, but you need to still follow up. You may get someone here, and it's gonna be harder to close that person, but with proper sales skills and sales process, You can close that person, but you still may have to follow up. This one, if you have a good sales process, a solid pre-sales process in marketing, you may close them, but you still may have to follow up. Unaware are the most challenging ones that you're going to have to close. And that's why I don't recommend that you actually target unaware people. I mean, cold calling takes what, 60, 80 leads to actually get a deal. Now, you can do that and talk with so many more leads, but why not actually go into marketing channels like Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, so that you can just cut through the chase and go to all these people right here, or maybe even focus on this right here. So you want to be able to focus on that. And guess what? There's channels that you can use to do this. You're probably watching this on YouTube, right? So you got YouTube, you got Facebook, Instagram as well. You got Google or PPC, and you got TikTok, right? So when you look in these channels, they will help you find these people that are aware. I'm sorry for this bad handwriting. My handwriting is not the best. Now, how do we get those people, the best people here? Like, there's ways to get these people here, and there's ways to get these people here. The ones that are fully aware, or they're solution product aware, service aware. Sounds good? So let's talk about that. So how do we get motivated sellers, leads, highly qualified leads, and probably how do these pay-per-lead companies also get their sellers? I'm going to explain to you a few ways that they actually do it. The first one would be some sort of lead ad or lead form ad. And you can have a lead form ad that is fully integrated with Facebook, the native lead form, or with TikTok, or with YouTube, or with Google, right? And you can have this to be one of the channels that will probably bring you a lot of volume. And there's another one where they go straight to a landing page, and that landing page has a regular form. So essentially how this looks, it's a form like this, has a few questions, including the contact information, and they just answer those questions. And it's very easy, very fast for them to actually do it. There's a third one where you can actually do a quiz funnel. Quiz funnel is one of the most effective ways to actually get leads and actually be able to pre-qualify them the way that you want. The other one is an advertorial funnel, where you actually have here a VSL, and is highly effective way to get very high quality leads and pre-qualify your people very well, warm them up, make them hotter, and still have a cheap cost per lead. If the pay-per-lead company really cares about their customers, one, they will tell you where this lead came from exactly. Again, let's write down this, whether that's Facebook, Instagram, PPC, YouTube, TikTok, right? If they really care about you, and I've seen actually some pay-per-lead companies, they do cold calling and other methods, SMS marketing. If they really care about you, so you actually understand your KPIs, and you keep buying from that better performing marketing channel, they'll tell you with UTM parameters where each lead comes from. And basically is an attachment in the URL that goes after the lead's being generated, and you can actually see it in your CRM or your spreadsheet, or whatever you get it. Usually they send it to you and they let you connect the CRM. If they don't, well, you got to tell them. But the most important thing here is that this will probably get you the least amount of qualified leads, but will get you a little bit more volume. So this is a volume game. And you'll probably will have to ultimately just get a lot of refunds or credits, because you're not going to have people that have either the right phone number, or really they're not putting the micro commitments on filling this out properly. There's ways to actually make it better and higher intent, like putting a lot of filters into it and making them work to fill out these forms right here. So these two are usually the ones that are the least amount of quality, but they're cheaper in price. So pay-per-lead companies, if they truly care about you, they should avoid doing this at all costs and just focus in these two right here. So if you're running advertising, right? So let's talk about here. We got a campaign. We got an ad campaign. and you choose the type of funnel that you get. So it could be whether it's quiz funnel, it could be the advertorial VSL funnel, it could be a regular lead form, and then it goes to another landing page, right? Where it's a thank you, and it goes through like the next steps of the client journey, right? So client journey. Choosing this is one of the most important things to do in order to get the most amount of your cost per lead and the quality of the lead. All right, so quiz funnel. Quiz funnel usually could look something like this, where it's a bunch of different options that they can choose. Or it could be something where they're actually choosing and selecting step by step. So they're doing micro commitments as they fill it out, right? Which one is the advertorial VSL funnel? Either they have to watch a VSL first, or they have to watch the VSL and then they ultimately get a lead generated, or they have to watch the VSL and then the form actually comes out, the survey comes out, or a quiz comes out, or it's just right above that quiz because they've watched the VSL first and they click on that button to actually fill out the quiz. Again, so it would become something like this. Here's a VSL. I'm sorry for my writing and my drawing skills. I'm not the best at it. And then here's the actual quiz. Here's the VSL. It's a video. It's someone right here. Horrible drawing. And this one provides really high quality leads. The key about this two is that they're not only doing micro commitments, but it's a questionnaire that essentially future pace what you want, what type of behavior you want, and also warm them up. You can, in a quiz funnel, you can ask questions that are intentionally asking them something that triggers their motivation, their urgency, what they want in a cash offer, what kind of help they want, and just asking them questions that is a pain-based questions so that the next steps is just for them to go to the landing page on a thank you, and you're gonna even sell them more by having a thank you page video, right? We're gonna talk about that one. And the VSL, you're gonna have 6 things that they probably want to know about you. What is their offer about? What is the unique way that you're gonna help them with? Your value proposition, what's in it for them? Why should they trust you? A lot of social proof, being able to see the evidence that you can actually do what you promised to do. What is it that they got to lose by working with you? What's in it for them? And how to take action and so on. So you can actually explain to them the process and how things work. So they actually are becoming from warm to hot or hotter to like more hotter. And then this ultimately will make people be a more intentional seller. Now, the thing about quiz funnels is that you have to be able to ask questions that would be filtered based on what you really want. So a pay-per-lead company, if they add the proper filters, they will not send you specific filters that are not really that great. For example, they shouldn't send you a lead if they really don't need to sell their house. And you can ask questions based on urgency, timeline, based on pain, based on decision making, whether the house specifically fits something that you want from the house. And it could be as much as the condition of the house or like how old the house is or whatever. There's some companies that integrate with Zillow and will give you the information right away. And the filters should help you have more of a focus on higher quality leads. And obviously those leads, it's their job to make them as cheap as possible so they can make more money and they don't have to do so many credits. I heard from pay-per-lead companies that a good credit ratio is that 40% of their leads, 30% of their leads can be credited, 20% will be a good one. So if you're asking a pay-per-lead company how many refunds, what's the percentage of refunds that they actually get, and it's low, it's probably because they actually have a higher quality lead. They might be a little bit more expensive, but it will be worth it to actually spend a little bit more money on that. Stop it. Now, when you combine a advertorial or VSL type of funnel with a quiz funnel, that's higher type of intent. That's also higher type of quality. It also is going to depend on the channel, but you can always create attention on every single channel and make them go through all these questionnaires and the filters. So regardless where they come from, you're not going to accept just garbage, right? Based on this quiz and based on this VSL that fully explains exactly what you want. What if you can actually get those high quality leads without asking for refunds or having to request a credit, go manually one by one and just like refund that lead and just get a credit, wait for customer support, whatever. What if you can just like skip all of that, focus only the high quality people, and still normalize that there's not going to be everyone that is going to be 100% a perfect match, but still you can work them out with follow-up skills, a better sales process, and maybe adding some acquisition methods in order to increase that conversion rate and still keep quality where you want and customize it however you want. Like even work on your brand, right? There's a way to do that. I'm going to explain to you how that actually happens. So what if you're running your own ads or you hire someone like an employee, freelancer, or an agency to run your ads? Well, let's say you're in a local market. You would run an ad and you would get $100 per lead, let's just say. $100 per lead, right? And usually those people that sell pay per lead, they're charging you what? Depending on the lead. This would be about, and again, this is going to be a high quality lead. There'll be about 200, I've seen 300, 400, 500, 600. I've seen crazy amount of money per lead. That means that these people obviously that do pay per lead, they have to double the price of that right there by 2 times because they need to make money. And it's obvious, right? Buying it just once, you're buying multiple and multiple and multiple and multiple. So if the refund rate is just say 30%, all right? So only 30% of those leads that you get will be able to go back and get new leads, and even the new leads sometimes are shitty and it's a pain in the ass. Well, what if you don't care about that? You generate high quality leads and master the art of running paid ads, doing it internally, unlimited amounts without paying an extra fee, and still know that maybe 30% of those leads are not going to be the best. But at least you'll be paying at least, that means that if because it's 30%, you'll be paying $130 a lead. That's the true cost after refunds and all of that. So you're saving at least $70 a lead. Is my math right? What? I'm giving you some fingers to do the math. Is my math right? Hold on. So I'm actually going to check here with ChatGPT to give me some real math. So, because I want to be really true with you guys. Well, actually, my math was a little bit wrong, but it's not too off. So you're not saving $70 right now. That will be depending on the volume of the leads, obviously. If you buy per lead, I mean, it's much better if you do very few leads and still buy per lead when you do very few leads. But if you are actually going to be running for a long period of time, you know, buying 100 leads, 200 leads, 300 leads, let's do the calculation right here. So let's assume things. The external cost per lead from a pay-per-lead company is $200. Let's say this one. The refund rate of a pay-per-lead company is 30%. That means that the adjusted cost per lead is about $140 when it's at $200. But then again, that's like one of the cheapest pay-per-lead. So just multiply this $200 times 70% or 1 minus 30%, which is, let's say, the refund rate that you would get. And that's if 30%. If it is 40%, then do 1 minus 40% or 200 times 60%, so 0.6, right? So let's just say at 70% or let's say 30% refund rate, that's $140 that you're paying true cost per lead when you do $200, and the refund rate is about 30%. The internal cost per lead, let's say if you were to do the internal lead, it's $100 per lead. And the employee or fixed cost for internal operations, let's just say it's $2,000 to $3,000 per month, which is fairly normal. So in order to calculate savings accurately, we need to consider the lead volume scenarios like 100 leads, 200 leads, 300 leads, and obviously how much per lead we're going to buy whenever we do pay per lead. So let's do this. Internal cost per lead. If you generate leads internally, the total fixed cost will be $2,000 to $3,000 per month, right? That's, let's say you're doing one marketing channel and so on. So at $100 per lead, that's a variable cost, right? And cost per lead formula is equal fixed costs divided by the monthly lead volume plus the variable cost per lead. So for example, at 100 leads per month, that's 2,000 divided by 100 plus 100, that equals to $120. To $3,000 divided by 100 plus 100, that's equals $130, the true cost per lead when maintaining $100 cost per lead, right? That's the true cost per lead adjusted. If it is 200 leads per month, it adjusts all the way to 115. So at 100 leads, the true cost is $130. At 200 leads, this is when doing it internal. At 200 leads, the true cost is going to be 115 when you're generating 200 leads per month, right? So the savings per lead, if external cost is $200 at an adjusted refund rate, so let's say the adjusted external cost is $140 per lead. Savings per lead equals external cost minus internal cost. So at 100 leads, it means that 100 leads, we're going to be saving in total $10 per lead. When obviously we're having $100 per lead and then internal operation cost is the same. At 200 leads, right, we're saving about $30 per lead. Now multiply that by many leads. That's tons of savings. So that's like 100 times 10. That's 100 times or 200 times 30. That's tons of savings. If external cost was 300 per lead, let's say pay per lead, right? That means that you're truly paying, instead of 300, you're truly paying $210 per lead when the refund rate is about 30%. So the savings per lead is at 100 leads, whenever you're doing it at $300 cost per lead. At 100 leads, you'll be saving, if you do it internally, is $80 per lead. That's crazy, right? So the savings right in here, let's put savings. So let's just be more clear. At $200 per lead, whenever it's pay per lead, you would be saving, when you order 100 leads, if you were to do it internally, you'd be saving $10 per lead. At 200 leads, you would be saving $30 per lead. That is if it's $200 pay per lead while maintaining $100 cost per lead. But you know that that's not true. So we need to ensure that it's true. If it is $300 pay per lead, let's go back. At 100 leads, you'll be saving about $80 per lead. That's an $80. That's way better. And at 200 leads, you'll be saving about $100 per lead. Because considering the cost per lead is $100, the refund rate is 30%. If it is $400, your saving per lead is $150 when you order 100 leads, and your saving per lead is $170 when it's 200 leads. So if the lead is $400 per lead on your pay-per-lead company, and you order, let's say, 200 leads a month, you would be saving, by doing it internally with an employee or with an agency, about $34,000 per month. That's a lot of money that you could be saving by just having it internally and accepting the fact that you can generate highly qualified people internally. So I try to fit everything here. I don't have a big board, but the truth is that if you're going to be doing pay-per-lead, make sure that a lot of your systems, your KPIs, your numbers actually make sense. If you're going to be doing this forever and this business is forever, I mean, doing it internally, a lot of the times, or majority of the times, is going to make even more sense. Like, for example, take a look at all our clients and the case studies that we have in our YouTube channel, like Abner and Jason, or Jonathan Blanco, or David, or Jesse Bush. Like, we have hundreds of case studies and testimonials that show that these people are running it internally, and you can scale it without having to keep the price of a pay-per-lead. And here's the thing, pay-per-lead may go away. With the new FCC rules that are going to be starting in 2025, pay-per-leads now need to do a one-to-one consent, which marketing agencies already do, because they're going to be running your brand with the lead form or the quiz funnel or the VSL funnel, whatever, and going to be giving you the lead right there and there. What if you had a platform where you can just plug in your brand, and your brand is going to show up everywhere with your own ads, with your own company name, And these leads are going to come to a platform and they're going to be doing a one-to-one consent. What if you also know where each lead comes from? Well, that's what we're going to be working on. And this is a project that we have for 2025. Right now, we have a company called House of Media or motivatedselleronline.com. And our goal is for you to get sellers easily in a compliant way, high quality, get actual results. And guess what? A pay-per-lead company is going to struggle giving true, real results if they don't also take care of other things for you. Not only doing the quiz funnel, the VSL funnel to give you better leads, but what if they actually give you higher intent qualified appointments? Which means that an appointment is a higher intended lead that booked a time in your calendar. Because if this pay-per-lead company had a call center that calls the leads as soon as they come in, they're going to be calling the lead as soon as they come in, and then they hand it off to the client in a calendar or a live transfer. This lead has the higher probability of actually closing over 300% more than any other lead that actually has just been generated raw. If you like this video and you want more content like this, subscribe to this YouTube channel, follow me to learn more, give me a comment of exactly what you want, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video.